Aircraft maintenance gives assurance that the aeroplane is airworthy, and no two airlines maintain their fleet in the same way. That's coming from our guest.
Most airlines start up with their own maintenance facility, and they now see that yes, this maintenance facility is very good, and they can now allow you to even do third party. You can see what Lufthansa is doing, BA is doing that, KLM is doing that. A lot of other successful airlines started with their own maintenance, and they now give it as a third party. Now what happens is when they build the airplane, the manufacturers will now say, well, this is the airplane we've built, this is what we think you should do to maintain it. And then we now, as operator, take that maintenance, the manufacturer's maintenance, we now put it into our own maintenance program. That is, we customize it to suit our own operations based on our hours of flying, cycles of flying, calendar months, and everything. And then we now develop our own maintenance program. We now take it to the regulator. The regulator now, what they do is they look at what the manufacturer have said, what you have said, and what the industry best practice is doing, and they now come up and say, okay, we have approved this for you. So no two operators will have same maintenance procedures. So let's say I, as an operator, I have my maintenance approved. Another operator cannot take my own maintenance program, and despite the fact that we're flying the same airplane. You see, most of the checks in aviation are visual inspections, where you inspect the functionality of components, the integrity of components, corrosion, tear and wear, and all those things. You go ahead, operate this airplane for 100 hours, and then you can change that component. Now, how do they do that? They too, the manufacturers, what they do is they take your result, they simulate it in a computer. What it does is it simulates, let's say, 100 flight cycle hours, meaning pressurizing, depressurizing up to 100 times, and see what happens to that component. Our capability, our capability has been increased to conduct C-check. So now we can conduct C-check in country. But before, we used to take the airplanes to Jordan, to Europe, to America, everywhere in the world to go and conduct this C-check. But now it can be done here. First, you don't have to do the ferry flight. Secondly, you don't have to send anybody. Both your planners and your engineers will be here with the airplane, looking at it and knowing exactly when it will come out and everything. So apart from saving of the time in ferry, you're also saving in the time of delivery, because most of your people will be there to put all hands on deck to make sure your aircraft comes out early.
It's easy to forget when you board a modern jet aircraft that you are stepping onto one of the most complex machines ever created. An aircraft is a machine that is able to fly by gaining support from the air. It counters the force of gravity by using either static lift or by using the dynamic lift of an airfoil, or in a few cases, the downward thrust from jet engines. Common examples of aircraft include airplanes and helicopters. With all the new aeronautical technologies and advanced engineering that we have these days, the list of aircraft types and models continues to grow, and our feature shows some members of the Boeing family. First, the Boeing 747, which is commonly known as the Jumbo Jet and Queen of the Skies. Its distinctive hump upper deck along the forward part of the aircraft makes it among the world's most recognizable aircrafts. It is also the base model of Air Force One. most common passenger version in service, and the largest operators include Singapore Airlines, Japan Airlines and British Airways, with 57 as of June 2013. The Boeing 777 is next. It's commonly referred to as the 777. The aircraft can accommodate about 300 to 550 passengers. It's one of the best options, especially for airline companies that provide international flights. One advantage this aircraft offers is that it has turbofan engines, 6 wheels on each main landing gear, fully circular fuselage cross-section and a blade-shaped tail cone, all adding to its better flight and movement. Another is the Boeing 737, a short to medium-range twin-jet narrow-body airliner, whose family continues to grow. Most of the passenger models have a capacity of 85 to 215 passengers. The 737 is Boeing's only narrow-body airliner in production, with the -700 and -800 and -900 ER variants currently being built. The 737 MAX first flight was on January 29, 2016. It gained FAA certification on March 9, 2017. The first delivery was a MAX 8 on May 16, 2017 to Malindo Air, which debuted it on May 22, 2017.
When we return after the break, aviation unions say no to concession.